Hey everyone, we're going to take a look. This is the LevelPost deck that I have put together for this building post series. If you have not done so, definitely go check out the deck tech and get an idea of how this deck is supposed to work. Go see the example games, and maybe this will all make more sense when you put it all together. So this is right now my final conclusions, my final thoughts. I did the 3 example games. I played a couple extra. My final decision is don't do it this way. If you're gonna do blue-white 4-post decks, this is not the way to go. It was fun when it worked. It worked well. It's janky. It doesn't always work. If it doesn't work, it's mildly frustrating. I would not recommend doing so. I talked about the Outriders at one point. The 4 level up on that is definitely tough to come by. Even with the posts, the 4 gets to be hard. With some of these other guys, having 3, having 2 available is definitely easier to do if you're not getting your post lands. So I would definitely cut back the Outriders. Maybe at least bump up the Escorts to 4. Cut the Outriders back to maybe 2. I may even cut those back to maybe up the Wave Watch to 3. I mean, it sucks in the fact that until it's level 5, it can't really attack. But again, having that 2 level up allows you the opportunity to at least, dump some extra mana to it and level it up if you don't have cloud posts. The next thing I would do is get rid of these 3 Condescends. They were brought in to try and be a bit of a control aspect. All the game played, I never saw Capsize. I'm not using a lot in the way of draw. I'm not using Teachings. I would take those cards out. Just take it out altogether. They really didn't work well. Maybe up Mysteries of the Deep to 2. I would definitely up count, when removing those on the Oblivion Ring to 4 and Journey to Nowhere. Kind of the bigger problems I had with this deck was facing aggro, facing other creatures. If they got a lot going, if they got many creatures, then it was something that it was hard for me to deal with. So I would definitely work on trading it that way. The other thing I learned is definitely be aware of these teachers and the fact that unlike Proliferate, where there has to be a counter to add a counter, the teachers add it regardless as long as the creatures have level up. Something to keep in mind for people who are not paying attention, like myself, to how that works. As far as the mana base goes, I would definitely get rid of the 3 Evolving Wilds. When I had, especially if you're upping the Escort count to 4, when I had the opportunity to play one of these 1-drops and I had an Evolving Wild, I usually would have to wait until turn 2 to get that 1-drop into play, and that's not what you want to do. The whole point of having a 1-drop is being able to drop it on turn 1. I would definitely cut those out. I would probably up the Chancery here, add a second one of those because I am getting rid of Capsize, and put that in place of one of the Evolving Wilds, and then use the remaining 2 Evolving Wilds for basic lands. Not a lot of big changes. I think if you were going for anything mildly competitive, definitely don't go this. This tended to be, an attempt on being the more aggro-aggressive version. The successful ones you have are LevelPost and GreenPost, and those tend to be the creature-specific versions of post decks that work really well in aggro. And the benefit to those is the fact that they can search out additional creatures. The Aurochs have the ability to search for other Aurochs and get those into play. The LevelPost, each Rebel has the ability to search for more Rebels, and that's the reason why those decks are successful. This one really doesn't have that ability. Sure, you have the teachers and stuff, and these creatures get bigger and bigger, but when you don't have the ability to keep those creatures coming, then you can run into some issues. The only way that can really get solved is through a little card draw. I might even get rid of this Proliferate, these Steady Progress altogether, because, again, you have to have counters to add counters, and sometimes that just was not possible. Maybe switching those out for a better, a stronger draw card like Compulsive Research might be more beneficial as well. But definitely, again, if you're going competitive, try something less creature, less creature specific, and a little bit more traditional control side. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to. I'm already starting to get things together. Hopefully, can get one of these out sooner than I did with the gap between this and the Rakdos one. So again, enjoy. Don't forget to check out all the other videos. Check out the Rakdos one that's on there as well.